Well, time to talk statistics now from OSH. Over 4,000 at-work eye injuries each year occur, twice as many also outside the workplace. Injury of the eye, not such a good thing. Our wonderful optometrist in once again to explain more. Tony Bland, welcome.
Hey there, how you doing?
Thanks for coming in. So, eye safety.
Very important.
Very important thing.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a whole range of injuries that can occur.
Yeah, there are, and the main issue is really just that your eye doesn't really respond really well to an injury a lot of the time. So the best thing is we want to prevent them. But over your iris, you've got a clear layer called the cornea, and that's like the windscreen of your eye. So often, if you get something in your eye in a number of ways, that is what gets the brunt of it. And normally it's nice and clear because it has quite a highly organised structure to allow the light to pass through to your retina at the back of your eye. And what happens if you get some form of eye injury is there's a loss of clarity with that, and often minor. You know, there may just be little sort of cloudy spots we see on the cornea. And if you think of it like a windscreen on a car, you know, a more severe injury, the whole cornea can be significantly affected. So
what sort of things are we talking about? I mean, mowing lawns, bits of stone, bits of glass?
Yeah, there's different types, exactly. A lot of them occur around the home, so often it can be something as simple as dust getting in the eye, but the more significant ones are where you can get a projectile of some type flying at the eye, so you know, from a lawnmower or the weed eater or you know, similar types of things, or even just you know, going around on the bike or a motorbike. You know, you might have an insect fly in your eye, and you know, you can blink pretty fast, but often those objects can get in and cause some damage, you know, before you have a chance to respond.
So, obviously, prevention is the best thing to start with. So, what is a good prevention? Well,
the main thing is really, like a lot of things, you know, they're accidents, so you're not really predicting that they're going to occur. So, the main issue is really looking at prevention in the first place, so assessing the risk. You know, particularly in a work situation, or if you're doing some renovations or mowing the lawns, you know, like often you walk around the neighbourhood and see the guys in particular will be wearing the earmuffs to protect their ears, but nothing over their eyes. So, you know, it's assessing the risk. You know, is there a situation that's likely to be dangerous to your eyes? And for example, chemicals is a biggie. You know, if you're spraying or dealing with concentrated chemicals, if there's a possibility that might splash, you know, in your eyes or naturally on your face. You know, and assessing those things, and then looking at prevention. So, you know, wearing safety glasses as much as possible, you know, where it's practical. And, you know, you can get them really inexpensively from hardware stores and obviously safety stores and optometrists as well, you know, to use. And then, you know, in more perhaps industrial type situations with welding and so on, there's proper visors and masks and goggles that should be used in some situations. And then, you know, for people who often need prescription glasses also, you can actually get sort of prescription safety glasses, if you like, which have to be certified from standards set by people like OSH, just to make sure they're going to meet the proper requirements in terms of protecting your eyes. So and work really well.
If something happens, so something flies in my eye and injures it, what's my first step? I mean, if I'm at home, can I do anything at home to lessen the effect?
Absolutely. I mean, the main thing is speed is of the essence. So the important thing you really want to do is look at flushing any material out of the eye. So, you know, just plain running water is best, and cold water, and just keep on flushing. And usually what we say to people is when you think you've flushed your eye enough, do it twice as long. The main reason why is any little particles, particularly chemicals and things left in your eye, can be severely damaging and cause a lot of long-term issues. And the main thing is by flushing those out, that's tend to going to remove that. And then if there's anything left in there, you know, particularly penetrating injuries, you know, if you can, the idea is to lightly patch the eye without applying any pressure, and then seek attention as soon as possible. And the idea is by having someone looking at the eye, you know, with a microscope and just checking things out, is making sure that, you know, there's no foreign particles left, and then trying to prevent any infection. Because the main thing with infection in the eye is really difficult to treat and can be really devastating if it's not as well. So, you know, we really want to make sure those are minimised. And the main reason why is you can't, you know, repairing the eye is really tricky. you can't transplant eyeball. You can't
Yeah, I was
take it
gonna say,
out.
now,
And
why can't you? I mean, they can transplant hearts and lungs
Yeah.
and reattach limbs and all, but you can't do an eye.
No, you can't. And the reason why is the eye is actually attached to your brain, so there's no way you can actually sort of take it out and put in a new one. The surgeons can sometimes, in some cases, replace the cornea if it's not too badly damaged. So literally it's like replacing a windscreen on the car, if they like, but that's not usually as good as the original cornea. And with any penetrating injuries, often the iris itself may be damaged, or the pupil may be damaged, so it doesn't respond as well to light, which makes you more sensitive to the glare and so on afterwards. And often just behind the iris, we talked before about having a cataract, there's a lens there, and often any little minor injury to that causes it to lose its clarity. Now, of course, that can be removed and replaced in some situations, but again, it's not usually as good as the original eye. So we want to really encourage people to work on the prevention as much as possible.
It sounds like it. I mean, you don't even want to go there, do you?
No, exactly. No. Yeah, it's never as good, and the surgeons do amazing things. We've talked about some of the things they can do previously, and they can do some amazing things to repair and help recover the situation. But it's never usually as good as it was in the first place if there's anything significant going on.
So the rules are safety goggles.
Yeah, absolutely. Safety glasses as much as possible.
So we'll get TV over safety goggles. We'll all wear them to work. Fantastic. Tony, thanks for your time, mate.
No worries, thank you.
Really good information. After the break, we are catching up with Katie Williams of the Coffin Club. The Coffin Club? The Coffin Club. We'll find out what that is about next on City News.